Hi guys, it's John Alwyn-Jones again, reporting from the ATEX Symposium in Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia. And by chance I found an old friend of mine, okay? But being a boomer, he's a boomer as well. But the difference between Bernard Salt from KPMG and myself, and we used to work together at KPMG a number of years ago, is that he knows what he's talking about. So Bernard, welcome to Newcastle.
Pleasure.
Excellent.
Pleased to be here.
Now, just some amazing stats that you've been talking about in terms of the boomers and where things are going, and where tourism businesses should be sort of focusing in the years to come. So what's the message for some, say, a tourism business in the UK, the USA, New Zealand, wherever? Where do they look for future business?
There's no doubt that there is a major paradigm shift in the world demographics at the moment that I think have implications for tourism businesses globally. The ageing of the baby boomers is going to have a profound impact on business opportunity in global markets. The baby boomers moved beyond the working age, beyond the age of 65, from 2011 onwards. So next decade we're going to see an entire generation of boomers pushing into the 60-something and 70-something demographic. So they're moving into what I would call the lifestyle stage of the life cycle. What they will be looking for in tourism and travel is health, well-being, even medical tourism, cosmetic surgery. They want to go to a country and complete a health audit. They want to go to some destination, have a facelift, and not tell anyone about it, then come back and say, I've just had a holiday, don't I look fantastic as a consequence? So I think that's an opportunity for the global industry. So you need to gear up for this shift, which I think will take place at the end of this decade.
So are you seeing major organisations like the big hotel groups or the big cruise companies starting to do that already?
I think there has been a lot of shift towards health, well-being and medical tourism, largely coming out of the less developed world. Places like Costa Rica in the Americas, Thailand of course in Asia, have really cornered this market at the moment. But I think it's going to come under intense competition from more developed places like Australia in the future. So I think there is a lot more work that can be done by the industry in terms of developing the right products to attract the cashed up ageing baby boomers in their 60s and 70s over the next decade.
Sure. So if I was going to have plastic surgery somewhere, not that I need any, but if I was going to have plastic surgery somewhere, surely, and Australia's a nice clean place to have it. I mean, there's got to be concerns about, say, going to Thailand or India or somewhere,
Well, I think this is going to be the competitive advantage that a first world nation like Australia, with a good reputation in health and medical service and so forth, has got to have a natural advantage over other nations that do compete in this space. And I think that's really going to be an opportunity for places like Australia and probably our competitors, Canada, New Zealand, the UK and the US in the future.
Okay, just taking another tack for a second, the massive boom in backpackers, and the Gen Y and the Gen X and so on. What's the advice for the industry in terms of those guys?
There is no doubt that the 20-something market has simply exploded in world travel over the last decade or so. This is Generation Y, who are getting a new tag these days. They're known as the Odyssey generation.
Oh, wow.
Odyssey as in Homer's Odyssey. People are footloose, fancy-free, travelling the globe at the moment. This is all part of the non-commitment phase in the life cycle. It's an extension of the teenage years. And I think that the travel industry has responded with budget airlines, I think, as a response to that. The backpacker market, the concept of gap years, that is establishing a year between the end of secondary school and the beginning of university, work experience. These are all concepts that have been developed by Generation Y, and I think the industry has been switched on to this over the last 10 to 15 years. But I think there is probably more exciting opportunities at the other end of the age spectrum. I think we've done Gen Y. I think the next opportunity is Generation Retired, that is the 60-something and 70-something demographic.
Now, where can people find out more information about your research and get online? Can they do that?
Absolutely. bernardsalt.com.au. There is a complete website where you can download information, data, and chat to me.
Fantastic. Well, Bernard, thank you very much indeed. It's John Alwyn-Jones, aging as you see me standing here in Newcastle.